Welcome in everyone, I'm SquishableMoon, your shooting star with a random addiction, fewer brain cells than the common garden snail. Welcome back to my channel, and we are going to be continuing my Forgotten Mark Syndrome videos. This is a My Little Pony series and my AU. If you don't know, Forgotten Mark Syndrome is based off of Cubgrass Syndrome. It's a rare condition in which someone believes their loved ones or others they know have been replaced by doubles or imposters. The belief is so real that nothing can really correct this illusion. And Forgotten Mark Syndrome is a rare psychotic disorder that causes people to believe the close family members, friends, and others' cutie marks have been replaced by someone else's cutie mark. The only way to get Forgotten Mark Syndrome is to be bitten by an unreformed changeling. In my AU, changelings have a type of venom they use to protect themselves against threats. By the way, if I sound a little weird or nasally, it's because I have an awful stuffy nose. The weather is getting a bit chilly in Texas, and my Texas body is not used to the slight chill. I am so excited to be making this video because I really love Queen Chrysalis. If you don't know who Queen Chrysalis is, she is a villain of My Little Pony, also the queen of the changeling hives. The changelings are a bug-type pony that feed off of love and affection. We learn later on that changelings can share love and become new reformed changelings by doing so. Queen Chrysalis was turned into stone along with T-Rex and Cozy Glow. And as far as I'm aware, they stayed that way throughout the whole rest of the series, though I haven't read the comics and I haven't watched the new seasons for My Little Pony, so keep that in mind when I'm making this video. I have made a few videos in the series of Forgotten Mark Syndrome. I have done all of the main 6. If you haven't watched them, please feel free to go check them out. You do not have to watch them to understand this video, but it would be a fun idea if you went and watched them and gave them a like. If you like this type of content, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really does help me out and lets me know what type of content you guys want me to make next. In my other video about Twilight Sparkle and my Forgotten Mark Syndrome AU, I explain Twilight is infused with memories of Queen Chrysalis and also some of her personality, and Queen Chrysalis's is also infused with some of Twilight's personality and information and memories. Therefore, both of them gained some of each other's personality and some of their quirks. This unfortunately cursed Twilight to slowly turn halfway into a queen changeling. In this part of the AU, we are going to be fast forwarding a couple of years when Flurry Heart is a young filly and is trying to learn the duties of being a princess. Princess Twilight is going to task Flurry Heart with the mission of redeeming Queen Chrysalis. Twilight, now being a changeling herself and having some of Queen Chrysalis's memories and personality, has become a lot more soft on Queen Chrysalis over the years, and has made the assumption that they want to redeem her. However, Twilight didn't believe she was the one to redeem Queen Chrysalis and gave the task to Flurry Heart, thinking this could be a good opportunity for her to learn about friendship. Also, because Twilight couldn't find the information she needed on Forgotten Mark Syndrome in Queen Chrysalis's memory, and is hoping that Flurry Heart can reform Queen Chrysalis and get the information they need. If you haven't seen my other AUs, Flurry Heart is part changeling in my AU. She has recently taken up training with Princess Twilight in order to learn combat skills to help prepare for meeting Queen Chrysalis. Because Flurry Heart was born as an alicorn, her magic was a lot more advanced at a younger age and became a really good student at Twilight. While Flurry Heart has an affinity for magic, it was never the first thing on her mind. One of the most important spells that Twilight will make sure Flurry Heart has and absolutely mastered will be the shield, along with a few other spells that she doesn't necessarily need but might come in handy when dealing with Queen Chrysalis. Another thing to remember is that in my AU, Flurry Heart is still part changeling, and she grew up with all of the love a kingdom could get, plus her parents' love. So she grew up kind of spoiled and full of love and magic. After all, she is the first Alicorn princess that was born an Alicorn princess, and she's the firstborn child to Cadance and Shining Armor, so of course she is going to be showered with all the love a kingdom can give. I know you may be thinking, out of all the characters I could have picked to reform Queen Chrysalis, why did I pick Flurry Heart? And you do make a valid point. Out of all the characters, why did I pick her to reform Queen Chrysalis when there are plenty of other characters that could do just a good job? I think Flurry Heart could possibly be a good candidate for reforming Queen Chrysalis because of all the love she has received since she was born. I don't think there would be a time in her life that she wasn't loved. In my AU, Flurry Heart was born, and I don't think there was a time in her life she wasn't loved. In my AU, Flurry Heart is kind of mischievous type pony. She's very spoiled, and she gets everything she wants when she wants it. This would be a good opportunity for Flurry Heart to learn not everything is sunshine and rainbows, and sometimes friendship and other things take work to accomplish. I like to think that Flurry Heart won't be able to solve this problem with reforming Queen Chrysalis overnight, obviously giving Flurry Heart a migraine that she can't solve a problem immediately with her Alicorn magic. And she will actually have to work on befriending someone instead of just being showered with love constantly. I think that Flurry Heart would think that being able to reform Queen Chrysalis would be easy, and that she would be able to get all the information she wanted, not realizing Queen Chrysalis is going to be a very hard task to reform. Using the elements of harmony, Twilight and her friends will set Queen Chrysalis free, leaving Cozy Glow and T-Rex still in stone. When Queen Chrysalis is set free, she will be a lot weaker, in a weaker state, going a very long time without eating any love or affection around her. While in her weaker state, Twilight and some of the other princesses put a spell on her, forcing her not to be able to leave the Crystal Kingdom castle. Queen Chrysalis will be very aware that Twilight tried to steal her memories while she was in stone, and will use that against her in a lot of arguments and be very upset with her. And would often be like, why did the Princess of Friendship feel like she had to force herself to get information instead of trying to befriend them, thinking that Twilight is a hypocrite. Which in a lot of ways, I feel like Twilight wouldn't be able to handle reforming Queen Chrysalis because of that incident, and because of all of the work she has to do. I just feel like Twilight wouldn't be the best person to reform Queen Chrysalis. I feel like her way of reforming wouldn't work. But upon waking up, Queen Chrysalis will start to realize that her personality has slightly shifted. So, Queen Chrysalis is forced to live in the Crystal Kingdom castle. Of course, the guards will be up to maximum security. While Twilight thought it was a good idea for Flurry Heart to redeem Queen Chrysalis and learn the value of friendship and hard work, her mom, Cadance, and Shining Armor had other ideas and didn't want their child put in harm's way. After a while, they came around and agreed to the idea. However, they still wanted their kid to be safe and up security as much as they could. Slowly over time, she began to open up to Flurry Heart and her kindness and show interest in learning about other kinds of magic. Because Queen Chrysalis is infused with Twilight's personality, she would start to love books a lot more than she normally would, reading almost every day in the library of the Crystal Empire. In fact, I think she would start to like books more than she'd like the idea of taking over the world, because let's be honest, taking over the world is a lot of work, and you know what's more fun than doing work? Reading a good book. While I think Queen Chrysalis can be reformed, I see her being sort of like Discord, where she does stuff because she wants to and not necessarily because it's for the betterment of other ponies. I think she would get tired of constantly failing and giving up on being evil just so she can read more books every day. So kind of like anti-good. I don't know how to put it. She's going to be a good guy, but not really because she wants to, more out of necessity of not wanting to be putting back into stone. I also feel like Queen Chrysalis is going to be very a sassy type person of character when she's reformed. When she's she's obviously not going to be afraid to give her opinion and call people stupid, though I think it would be a very long time before she was able to reform like the other changelings. I don't see her sharing love anytime soon, but I think it's a slow step in the right direction. I do see Queen Chrysalis becoming quite good at helping with defense and attacking plans. Even though Queen Chrysalis failed, I feel like a lot of her ideas were really good and well thought out. They just never ended panning out the right way. Not only that, but I feel like Queen Chrysalis will become friends with Discord, because Discord was the first evil person to really become reformed. So I feel like Discord would feel like he have to show her the ropes on being reformed and being a good person. I can see Discord becoming a sort of mentor to Queen Chrysalis and not letting her live it down that she's being reformed and teasing her constantly on failing like he did. I almost feel like Discord would want to make like a reformed group for the evil guys, so that way they could all have like fun nights together. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the art in the background. I had so much fun drawing it. I really like drawing ponies and making these kinds of videos. I hope you enjoyed it. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video, and I hope all your dreams come true. Bye bye.